Hello, hello. So I want to talk about something really quickly. I love it when things that I see, I'm glad when I'm kind of validated in my feelings. And I'm talking about President Trump being in office instead of Kamala. Kamala. I do want to say her name right. Even though I did not want her to be the president, I do want to say her name right. Her name is Kamala. Uh, I mean, here's the thing. I knew that Donald Trump, I know whatever they're going to put as a president, they're going to be under the control of somebody else behind the scenes. I realized that. But at the same time, I knew Donald Trump wasn't the one to be really pushed around like that. So I know as much as he would probably be doing something what other people want, he also has his own thing that he wants. And he's going to be adamant about it no matter what anybody else has to say. I always knew that uh, Donald Trump had that kind of mind to, he's going to kind of move by the beat of his own drum. Now, what's happening now, I don't know if it's going to go downhill because, people have said that Donald Trump, we already see that Donald Trump is tired. I don't even know if he's still alive. I know they might keep showing him, but I don't know if he's still alive. Uh, but had Kamala Harris been in office, I just really feel like it would have been an immediate war. And I wasn't ready for that spiritually. I don't care. I was thinking about myself. I was not ready for that spiritually. I believe everything in me that Vladimir Putin, would have attacked the United States with a nuclear bomb. The other people might say, "Oh, it's fear mongering." I don't care. I'm thinking about myself. I just don't care. I'm thinking about myself, and I feel like with everything in me, I feel like it would have been a war very early on. If Kamala Harris would have been elected in November, Putin would have kept his promise of nuking United States before Christmas 2024. He wanted to nuke United States before Christmas 2024. People were urging him to hold off until Trump gets in office. He made a video saying that he was going to do it. And people said to hold off until Trump gets in office. So I don't care if Trump is not perfect. I don't care how mad he's making everybody. I don't agree with everything that's happening either. But I wasn't spiritually ready for what would have happened if Kamala Harris would have got in office. It's all about, are you ready for a doggone nuclear bomb? Are you ready for that? I don't know if you personally know Vladimir Putin, that he plays games like that. I don't know if you personally know him to think that he's playing games. But I strongly feel had Kamala Harris been in office, Vladimir Putin would have attacked the United States of America. It is because Joe Biden was helping out Ukraine with weapons to attack Russia. Okay? Excuse me. Uh, Now, I say I like being validated because this person, I'm going to give her credit. Her name is Supreme Medium Diviner. She talked about how she channeled Kamala Harris. And I know a lot of people do channels and stuff like that. And I usually don't look at them, but I pick up a real gift in this young lady. And that's why I watch her, because I'm really picking up a real gift in her. Because I usually don't watch all these, some of these people, I feel like they don't know what's going on for real. When people actually felt like Charlie Kirk, like when they thought that video was real of him getting shot, and then they turn around and do a bunch of readings on him and channeling, I was like, oh my goodness, okay. Yeah. They, because we are in a simulation, right? And a lot of things are heavily controlled. And I feel like all this channeling and what people think they channeling, a lot of stuff is controlled by the CIA and what they want people to know. So a lot of people are not accurate when it comes to these channelings. And honestly, when it comes to the readings, even if they use the tarot cards. And that's why I don't really too much take it too seriously, because I realize that these people are only going to be as accurate as they are enlightened. And if they're not really enlightened, if they don't have that spiritual gift, if they just have like maybe whatever energies they have helping them with their readings, if their energy is not on a very high vibration, they're not going to be too accurate. Not, I don't think so. So it's very few people that I take seriously. But this lady, Supreme Medium Diviner, I feel like she really has something. I'm not saying that she's right about everything, but if she knew everything, she would not be here. Okay, she would not be in this realm had she known everything. So I'm not saying that she's right about everything, but I do feel like she's been the most. I'm gonna say I feel like she's been the most accurate I've ever seen. I just couldn't say that. One of the most accurate is other people that's been very, very accurate. I haven't seen anybody do what she does yet, but I don't want to compare because everybody has their own gift. Everybody uses their gift in different ways, so I don't even want to compare. But I will say she is something to kind of take seriously. Supreme, you know how to spell Supreme, Medium Diviner, Diviner. That's her name. And I didn't realize she was a guest on excuse me, my nose is a little stuffy. I don't it My nose gets stuffy like that. I don't have a cold. I have a I have a stuffy nose issue. But anyway, she was on Mama T. It's a what was the name of it? I think yeah, Mama T is the name of the channel. Okay. So anyway, she talked about Kamala Harris and her channel, and she saw that Kamala Harris was a drug addict. She said that Kamala Harris was a drug, and at this point, like I say, I don't think she's always right, but I do think some of the stuff she says she's close to at least being 95% accurate. I don't think that she might be always right about things because you would have to make it all the way up out of here to be that enlightened, and she's not made it all the way up out of here. But I do believe she's close to 95% accuracy here. Okay, and so she channeled Kamala Harris. First of all, she said Kamala Harris is a drug addict. Okay, as much as people dislike Donald Trump, a drug addict don't need to be in the doggone White House. They would have been able to do any. They would have been able to completely control Kamala. She would not have cared. Okay, I strongly feel like Barack Obama would have been one of the main ones running the show. Uh, but the Barack Obama has been the one running the show for a lot of presidencies, a few presidencies. Okay, well, it's only after him it's just been Trump and then Biden. Okay, so he had a little bit to do with the first term of President Trump. He had a say so in that term too. Okay, even though they act like they're enemies, Obama is behind the scenes pulling a lot of strings. Um, but she also said that had the Democrats won instead of Donald Trump, there would not be a United States of America. I already knew that because the Democrats are notorious for funding wars. But here's the thing: they try to push Donald Trump to fund the war, to do a war, and Donald Trump don't want to have anything to do with it. But they keep forcing him. They keep forcing him. They keep twisting his arm. See, it's other people behind the scenes that want this kind of stuff to happen. Donald Trump is resistant, but I think he's kind of losing the battle because there's too many people on his case. It's really a lot of pressure. Excuse me. But had Kamala Harris been in office, they would have had a war the first day. They would have had a war the first day, okay? They would have had to twist her arm, okay? It would have been a war. But we know the Democrats are good for funding wars. That's George Soros. He was the one behind Black Lives Matter. That's why I didn't like Black Lives Matter, because George Soros funded Black Lives Matter. And I think he's known for funding wars. So why would I support Black Lives Matter knowing that he funds it? It's not in support of Black people. It's another agenda behind it. So I didn't support it. And it was so many black people that didn't get it that it turned me off from black consciousness. I didn't like how I didn't like the fact that black people hated the truth so much to the point where I did not like black consciousness. I like literally that's a reason to what people call it when they disconnect from a certain what's it start with a D, divest. I divest from the black community because I don't like the black consciousness at all. Like it was so many that could not see that the Black Lives Matter was a scam. Like it was so many people that could not see it, and anybody who spoke up about it was like not somebody with an agenda, not somebody like Candace Owens who she was right about a lot of things, but at the same time she was getting paid a lot of money to really throw black people under the bus, even though she could have been right about things, but to just really destroy a community and get paid to do it when she destroyed the black community. I'm talking about destroy them on her platform, like literally obliterate them with her mouth. That's what I mean by destroy. Because she ain't destroyed it. Trust me, it's been destroyed. But and she got paid a lot of money to do so. That's kind of different. That's different from me not having a monetized channel and telling the truth about the way I feel about something and not getting monetized, not getting nobody giving me anything. I have no incentive to do it. And then a person gets millions of dollars to just talk about a certain community like that. It's really a difference, you know. But so I'm gonna go into this. So yes, I'm glad that Trump is in office because you know what, I would have chosen to go independent, but the reason why I just don't vote at all because I don't believe anybody will have power up against the powers that be. I don't believe anybody in office will have any power up against the powers that be unless they have something stronger backing them up, unless they have something more powerful backing them up that the powers that be have. If you have something like the Nazis, okay, let me just say the Nazis or the Jesuits, unless you got something backing you up that's more powerful than what they have, it does not matter who's in office, so I do not bother voting. Because you're going to have to do what they say. And if you don't do what they say, you better be ready to get assassinated or you better have some power that's stronger than theirs that's going to keep you around. Okay? So yeah, I just knew that had Kamala Harris been in office, though, they wouldn't have had to twist her arm. It would have been a war. United States would have been done. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who. I can't worry about who is offended by what I say. I just can't believe that the black women, the collective of black women in the United States of America could have witnessed everything that happened in the last administration, Biden administration, how they could have witnessed everything that happened. And you have so many black women that wanted Kamala Harris in office. That is such poor judgment to me. I get that Trump is not perfect. I didn't even feel like he was going to be the greatest president, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not a Trump supporter. I know he's very deceptive. I've known that before he was elected this time that he's very deceptive. So I didn't even feel like he might have been the greatest president, right? But I just knew that United States would have been nuked. It would have been nuked before Christmas 2024, according to Vladimir Putin. It would have been nuked. And if it would have been nuked, then it would have still been some other kind of wars because the Democrats, we literally saw them destroy the United States of America. And the fact that so many black women, and I'm talking about black women, I know other people involved, but the fact that so many black women wanted Kamala Harris in office, knowing that we saw the way United States was being destroyed. And listen, I'm not trying to hold on to the United States, but I do need time to work on my spiritual. Because listen, I don't care how much what they practicing. These other ladies, I don't know if you're ready for a nuclear bomb. That I don't know if you're ready for. Because honestly, you're going to have to be much higher in vibration to get around a nuclear bomb. And I didn't feel like I was there, so I wasn't ready for that. Now, a nuclear bomb might come in 2027. I don't believe I would have a problem with that. I will be affected. You can bring Kamala Harris in all you want to in 2028 or whatever Democrat you want to bring in because I don't know if JD Vance might take over Trump. I don't think he's going to last long, and then it might be a Democrat to come in office, and knock yourself out because I'm feeling comfortable that I'm going to be spiritually to a point where that's not going to be my problem because at this point I'm only thinking about myself. I'm sorry. To people just that they just uh they just they don't care what the truth is. They just don't care to the point where they don't even care to have discernment. And I know you don't have a lot of us don't have discernment in everything. A lot of spiritualists don't have discernment because if they had discernment, they would have known that thing with Charlie Kirk. Now I do believe that he's been unalive, but the way they showed you on TV, I don't believe that, and I didn't even watch it because I knew it was a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bullshit. So I didn't watch it because I'm tired of them playing games, but I do feel like he's been unalive, but not in the way that they showed you. Okay, but ooh, it's my neighbor's kids playing, and they back at my neighbors on the next door, kids in the backyard. They outside playing. If you hear screams, um, but anyway, yeah. And so I said it to say this about black women. I had a dream last night. Uh, in this dream, I was in this dimension where it was only men, but specifically only black men. And they were happy that there were no women. Like I didn't see any other. I saw some white women, and I saw some older white women look like they might have money using them for sex. I did see that. I might have seen them. I don't think I've seen any black women. I saw a few white women, but it was looked like it was older white women look like they just using these guys for sex or whatever. They didn't try to attack me. They saw that I was. They saw that they clearly saw I was a female. They saw I was a woman. They didn't come after me. Oh, okay. They didn't come after me, but I saw that they were happy that there were no women, specifically, I guess, black women. They were happy. Black women have been warned for many years. You don't have to hate black men. I don't hate black men. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to use no energy to hate nobody. I don't hate black men. I don't hate white folks. I don't hate the Nazis. Okay, I don't hate nobody. I don't hate Kamala Harris. I don't hate Biden. I don't hate anybody, right? So I don't hate black men at all. But what I'm not is I don't support them because they have not they don't support black women. Like as a collective, they don't defend black women. They don't they do not support black women like that. Okay, so for that reason, I do not support them. And I just literally saw there was no black women, and I knew that black women was probably going to be in a lower realm, and the black men were in a higher realm, and they looked like they were happy. So that means that the job was done. Black women were officially sacrificed. Okay. Um, and we saw that through the whole Black Lives Matter thing. We always saw these pictures of black women sacrificing herself, these images of black women putting herself out there and sacrificing herself. You never saw any image of the black man willing to defend himself. They're the ones getting shot by the police. Okay, around that time when Black Lives Matter was getting started, it was mostly because black men were getting attacked by the police brutality. You never saw a black man put himself at the forefront the way black women did to even defend himself. But black women put themselves out there. So they have been successfully sacrificed. And because I guess when you do that, you kind of accept somebody else's karma. And I'm not interested in accepting anybody else's karma. I know what it's like to take on somebody else's baggage. I don't want that. Let them take on their own baggage because ain't nobody thinking about you. Black women have successfully swapped places and took on black men's karma, and they are in a lower realm, and black men are very happy that there were no black men. And that's what I saw in this dream. And I was like, kind of worried at first, but then I woke up and thought about it, like, no, because the black women who are really working on themselves, they're taking the time to work on themselves, like real self-love, the real self-love, and really working on getting into a higher state of consciousness, they're not going to be the ones that's in trouble. The ones that are gone are the ones that just refuse to take wise counsel. Those are the ones that are gone. Okay. When I heard this young lady talk about how what would have happened if Kamala Harris would have been in office, there would be, based on her channeling, there would not be any United States of America had Kamala Harris got in office. United States would be no more. Okay. And I already felt that last year when Vladimir Putin threatened to nuke United States of America before Christmas 2024. I already felt that. But she just confirmed everything that I was feeling. And the fact that Black women can keep hearing all of that and they still want Kamala Harris, they don't care. They're so against Trump. They're so against Trump because they feel like Trump don't like Black people, as if Joe Biden actually like Black people. You know, I don't care if Trump doesn't like Black people. Like, I don't care. There's so many Black people that don't like Black people. Does Kamala Harris like Black people for real? Like, I think she's really fake. I think the way Donald Trump is deceptive, I think she is too. And on top of that, she was a drug addict, according to this lady, Supreme Medium Diviner. Okay. And I'm going to take her to be quite accurate at this point. I'm taking her to be quite accurate in what she's saying. And most of the things that she say, most of it. Maybe not all. She could be wrong. But in most of the things that she says, I think she's pretty accurate. Okay. And in fact, so many Black women can hear all of that and they don't care, means that, you know, you need not be worried about Black women at this point, because you can't tell nobody that the whole place is going to burn down. If a person gets in a house, they're going to burn it down, and you don't care. You want them in a house that even if they burn it down, you don't care. You still want them there. Rather than have somebody else who can get on your nerves, but at least the place ain't going to burn down. They might get on your nerves, but at least the place ain't going to burn down. They'd rather that person get in to burn it down just because of a complexion. Just because she called herself a Black woman, which I never thought that she identified with a Black woman, but she did, I guess, for this election, she did. To this day, Black women still wanted Kamala Harris in office. They don't care what, and they, never mind, I'm about to say something else. They don't care what would have happened. How many times people try to tell them that, I don't care how much Donald Trump might suck to you. There would have been a war by now. There would have been a war. United States of America would have been under attack. And me personally, spiritually, around that time, I was not ready. I'm not there ready right now. But by 2027, I would be okay. And if Black women won't come out, or whatever Democrat they want in office, honestly, even if they put another Republican in office, like I just wanted Trump because even though he is a character, I feel like he has a very strong mind. I feel like he's very what's it? He has a strong will. He has a strong will, and I felt like it's a lot of stuff that they wanted to have done by now that he was not willing to let be done. And I feel like once JD Vance get in office, I really hope that don't happen. Like, I hope I'm not in the United States or whatever. If he get in office, I do not want that man in office. I don't want him in office. He's not going to be able to back them off of him like Donald Trump was able to get them off his back. He's not going to be strong enough. He's not going to be as strong as Donald Trump. And whatever they want to happen is going to happen to the United States of America. So guess what? You know, that's why I wanted Trump in office. I didn't want any other Republican in office besides Donald Trump, because I knew they wanted to do things. And I knew Donald Trump wasn't going to allow it. Not that I agree with some of the things that he allowed Elon Musk to do, because Elon Musk has hurt a lot of folks health-wise. He has hurt people with his AI and his these things that he set up in these places. But so I don't, like I said, I don't agree. But at the same time, people don't realize the pressure that presidents go through, and the fact that We have not seen a war yet, and they are pushing a war. And the fact it's not one, they're trying to get rid of him because he's not really doing what they want him to do. He's not doing what they want him to do, and I don't even feel like he. I don't know if he's still alive. Okay, but I wanted him. I didn't want any other Republican in office but him, because I don't think they would have been as strong willed as him. I don't think they would have been, even if he's not perfect. I don't think they would have been as strong willed as him. So yeah, either way, United States is in trouble by 2027, I guess. And you know, I don't know how long JD Vance is going to be in office. If he gets in office, I don't want to see that man in office. I don't know. I don't want to see that man in office at all. Because as much as people don't like some of the things that Trump does, he's cleaning up a lot. He had the doggone, was it the National Guard? Was it the National Guard go out into Memphis in different areas? And you had a black lady talking about thanking Trump because it was her first time she was able to take her child outside and play. It was so much violence out there, so much gun violence, gang violence, that she couldn't even take her child outside to play. And because the Trump had his National Guard out there, it was the first time she was able. Now I know some people who might be immigrants or whatever, even if their paperwork is correct, they feel like ICE still might deport them. So they have their own reasons why they wanted Kamala Harris in office, because they're afraid of ICE. But I haven't seen too many. I see immigrants every day. I see African immigrants. I see so many immigrants every day that don't have no issues with being here. And then it was a threat that they were going to try to get rid of Black Americans that were born here. They were going to try to get rid of us and send us back to Africa or something. Okay, all this stuff, all this scare stuff. One thing I know for sure: had Kamala Harris been in office, we wouldn't be here. It would have been nuked. Okay, it would have been nuked. That's one thing I feel strongly about. Okay, regardless of whatever they think Black people are going to be deported to Africa when they weren't born there. Okay, and I'm talking about Black Americans that were born here. Think they just go, oh, you're a Black American, let's deport you to Africa. I think they would have done that already. But anyway, so I think that's what a lot of people want to Kamala Harris in office for, because they're concerned that they're about to get deported. Okay, they're really concerned about that. Even if they got their paperwork intact, they just afraid they're going to be deported. And honestly, Nicki Minaj, I don't think she has any papers. And she's from Trinidad. She don't have any papers. So I kind of don't blame her for joining teams with Donald Trump to make sure she can stay in the United States of America. I just don't understand. I don't understand where she was coming from when she brought up Black women. That confused me. I don't know where Black women, how that even come up in that conversation. I don't understand how that came up in that conversation. I think people at this point, they're getting paid by people that's behind the scenes. I'm talking about some big, heavy high rollers behind the scenes. At this point, people are getting paid to slam Black women. I don't even understand. And I'm not talking about just stating opinions about what you see happening. Like, clearly, I feel like if something is seriously wrong with Black women, to see the United States was literally being destroyed before our eyes, and you wanted Kamala Harris in office. I feel like it's something seriously wrong with Black women. I do. But I don't have to, I don't need nobody to give me $1 million to say that. That's how I feel. That's not me bashing Black women. That's me observing that there's a serious problem here. And what Black women don't understand is they are already in a very low realm and they don't get it. They do not get it. That's not me slamming Black women. That's like me saying, I throw my hands up. I'm done. Okay, because you can't get it. But why would Nicki Minaj bring up Black women putting down white women? You haven't even seen that happen. So that made no sense. It made me feel like, I think at this point, some of these people with large platforms are getting paid to go on, use their platforms to talk about Black women in this kind of way. Okay. Anyway, yeah. But that's all I want to talk about, and I will talk later. Okay.